I'm Paul Musembwa, the CEO of Warp Developments, Inc., Toronto, Canada, but I'm actually in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I've got some great news to share with you. I was in Nairobi last week attending something called the ICIFA conference. ICIFA is the Institute of Certified Investment and Financial Analysts. This group invited me to speak about alternative investments, cryptocurrency, REITs, ETFs, etc. My topic was cryptocurrency. When I went there, my concern was that they were actually asking me about speculation in cryptocurrency. You know, what Bitcoin, where should I buy Bitcoin at, that sort of thing. And I've got no interest in that subject at all. What I was interested in is talking about how Africa can use the blockchain and cryptocurrency to accelerate economic growth. And so that's what I talked about. And it actually went over very well. So one of the deliverables that I had in mind when I went to Kenya was to launch a real estate investment trust built on the blockchain that would showcase how we can use this new and wonderful technology to Africa's advantage. So True REIT is the result of that conversation. I launched True REIT, T-R-U-E-R-E-I-T, on Thursday, May the 24th in Nairobi, Kenya. I talked about why Kenya needed to have a REIT created. Kenya is one of Africa's most exciting economies. However, the housing market is very weak. Housing finance is nothing to speak of, even though Kenya has some of the highest mortgage penetration in sub-Saharan Africa. In fact, apart from South Africa, Kenya is considered a leader in the housing finance market, and yet they have less than 25,000 mortgages. This is for a country that has 47 million people. Contrast that with Canada. Canada's got only 36 million people, and they have more than 7 million mortgages. Easily one mortgage for every 5 people in Canada. That's astounding. So Kenya's got a long way to go. Kenya's got to catch up. So the Real Estate Investment Trust is a vehicle that would give Kenya an opportunity to showcase its market to the world. REITs are public vehicles, which means that it's like having a public listed company. So an investor from anywhere in the world can come and buy shares in that company. In the case of a REIT, an investor from anywhere in the world can come and buy a piece of Kenya's real estate activity. The beauty of it is that a REIT, being a public vehicle listed on the stock exchange, is a liquid investment. So people can buy REITs at any time and they can sell and exit at any time. This is very important for investors. Real estate typically is not a liquid investment. It may be a wonderful investment, but it's not liquid, which means that you ask someone to come and invest $100,000, $1 million in your housing development project, in some real estate development project. If they want their money out, they can just come and say, well, I want to take my money out now. There's a whole process to exit. It may be at the wrong time when maybe the project has not even completed. It's not earning income. It can't be sold. This has held back investors from coming into the market. A real estate investment trust offers that opportunity, a liquid investment that people can come and go as they please. Now, why a REIT on the blockchain? This addresses another of the issues that is always ascribed to Africa, and that is that Africa is not trusted, not trustworthy. There's so much corruption, systems are not very clear, land ownership challenges, a whole host of things that are given as reasons why foreign investment doesn't come into Africa. A blockchain REIT takes advantage of this new exciting technology that creates an immutable, transparent, and secure platform. That means that if transactions are recorded, REIT-related transactions are recorded, they cannot be altered after the fact. That's very important for investors. So then it means that we take out one of the major concerns that people have for investing in Africa. So there we are. We have a REIT. It's a public vehicle that provides liquidity, that allows investors to come in and out, and we give them a platform that assures them of trust and security. One final reason why I felt it very important to create a REIT. Kenya's stock market, again, the biggest in East Africa, has less than 70 publicly listed companies on it. Less than 70. That's terrible. The market cap, the total value of Kenya's, it's called the Nairobi Securities Exchange, is is about 29 billion US dollars. That's tiny. A country with 47 million people, less than 70 publicly listed companies, $29 billion. Contrast that with the United States of America. Yes, it's the biggest economy in the world, but the US publicly traded stock markets are worth $25 trillion, 1,000 times as much as Kenya's, 1,000 times. And yet the population of the United States is only 8 times Kenya's. That gives you an idea of just how small Kenya's public markets are. So there's so much room for growth in Kenya's public markets, and we need to create the vehicles that can grow that space. In fact, in the conference, in the ICIFA conference where I was honored to be a featured speaker, the Nairobi Security Exchange, the Kenya Association of Stockbrokers and Securities Dealers, both came together and sponsored a program where they're going to fast track the listing of publicly traded companies. We offered them the REIT and they're excited to take it up. In fact, I'm returning to Kenya. Today is the 29th of May. I'm returning to Kenya next week, and I will be having meetings to discuss further how to get True REIT off the ground quickly, how to get it listed. And as we speak right now, my technical partner, who was present in Kenya as well as a featured speaker, is building the platform as we speak. What we're doing right now is that we're raising funds to build the platform, get it ready for launch as soon as possible, because we had an overwhelming response when we talked about the platform. Let me very quickly, briefly explain the products that True REIT is going to be offering to the public. The first product is something called equity release. As I said, Kenya's mortgage market is very thin. Less than 25,000 mortgages, less than $2.5 billion. That's a tiny number. There are buildings in this country, buildings that are worth more than $2.5 billion. So Kenyans by and large own their homes free and clear. They have no leverage. They have no support from the financial sector. You have many Kenyans that are asset rich, house rich, and cash poor. People have homes that are worth $300,000. And yet when school fees time comes, which is, by the way, a crisis point, when parents have to pay school fees for their children, they're scrambling around for money. A $300,000 house, they don't have a home equity line of credit. That product virtually doesn't exist in Kenya. And so the equity release is designed to help people take their home, list it on this platform, and take some money out, say 5 to 10% of the value of their home. The method that we'll be using is a unique new method. It's not a mortgage, it's not lending, it's shared ownership. I call it the buy and rent model, and I'll be talking about that in later videos in more detail. But this is a model that allows someone to post their home on the platform, release some of the equity in the house, and when they do that, it's as if they've sold a portion of their house to an investor. When they sell a portion of their house to the investor, they rent back that portion from the investor. The rent they pay for the portion that they sold to the investor gives the investor the return. At any time, they can buy back some or all of that equity that they sold to an investor, and therefore reduce the payment they should be making. Again, I'll speak a lot more about the buy and rent model in a later video. But for now, I'll say this. When I finished my presentation talking about True REIT, at the end of it, several people from the audience came to me and said, "We're ready to go, what do we sign right now?" I said, "Guys, we haven't finished building this platform." They didn't care. They want in right now because there's such a pent-up demand for this service in Kenya. Understand that the people that attended this conference were the leaders of the financial industry in Kenya. The leaders of the financial industry in Kenya came to us and said, "We want to be on this platform right now." Therein lies the opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity. So what we're doing right now is we are raising money to finish constructing the platform. We're looking at raising about $2.5 million. That is similar territory to an ICO, an initial coin offering. The $2.5 million is going to be deployed as follows. About $1.5 million will go to finishing the platform. The other $1 million is going to be spent on operations, on branding, on marketing. There's a lot of work to be done to entrench this idea in the minds of Kenyans, but we have a head start. The governor of the Central Bank of Kenya was the keynote speaker that opened the conference before I spoke. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity in Kenya. The governor actually clarified that he's not against cryptocurrency, he's against speculation in cryptocurrency. He welcomed ideas like ours that will help Kenya take advantage of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency to grow its economy. As I said, the entire securities infrastructure of Kenya was present. You had the regulators present, you had the stock exchange present. All these entities are very excited about what we're doing here because we're bringing an actual vehicle that's going to showcase what the blockchain and cryptocurrency can do for the country. So we're inviting those who are interested in participating at the ground level of a new and exciting opportunity to join us, invest in the creation of this platform. We're going to roll it out as soon as possible. Our target is to do this in less than 3 months. Get the platform ready to go, bring people onto it. We're projecting that by the end of this year we could have a minimum of 10,000 clients. 10,000 clients with an average loan of $30,000 in Kenya alone. Now this is a blockchain REIT, so we'll be able to tap in Uganda as well, which has an even smaller mortgage market. But same thing, they have lots of people that are house rich, cash poor. We'll tap that market too, and we'll keep going. Ethiopia is game. Rwanda is game. So it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you to participate. If you'd like any more details about the way the investment will work, you can reach me directly, paul@warpdevelopments.com, and please visit our website as well, www.warpdevelopments.com. I'll see you soon.